Alright, so I'm gonna need my chair over there. Or actually, I'll just square up like this.
Okay. So I've got us live.
Yes.
I'm gonna go get the
link. Alright, so
back to there.
why is it not giving a hyperlink on his name?
I don't know. Flashing blades. I have not been on Discord in days, and that makes me feel really bad. Got that. Can't remember which one we are in.
Alright, I'm gonna jump over on my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna add a hyperlink to his channel so that way people can see him. I can't monitor the chat on my phone because I only use browser.
I don't think I can shrink this anymore.
So maybe we should pull up the chat on your phone and I should look at it? Or can you, like,
I
scoot it
can't
over?
scoot it over that far. Alright.
Cool. Thank you.
Nope, I'm ready whenever you are.
You have some Facebook messages. I'm closing the bubble. I'm not answering them, but
Okay.
just giving you a heads up that you do have some messages.
That was from Luke. You still there? Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Sometimes at the internet at our house, it'll drop audio and stuff like that, so I get paranoid when it's extended quiet.
Yeah, totally fine.
I don't remember. Is it Friend Duel? Is that what we do?
Yeah, that is an option.
I don't remember how rooms work.
Good. Okay. Alright, hyperlink's been inserted. We should be good to go.
Cool deal.
I think the next thing I'm going to upgrade for the office is getting us some chairs that aren't made of wood.
I just need to get some chairs. I'll just send a Friend Duel thing. I don't remember how to work. Go with 2. Do we want a time limit?
No, or if we do, we want it to be pretty generous.
Alright,
I would imagine, right?
Longest it gives us is 900 seconds, so. Okay, well, that's got the Friend Duels thing sent to you, I think. Oh.
Okay. I will be right there. I was just doing a solo mode really quick for footage.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just trying to derp around, you know.
Forgot the mini fridge is plugged up. Fortunately, it's not as noisy as that old fridge at the old house. Nobody's in the chat yet. It's just
It usually
just
takes
me.
a few minutes. What? I went and hit leave table and it just kicked the room entirely. Oh, that was weird.
I don't know if you were here for it last time, or I don't know if I had it last time you were here, but just I love how satisfactory that TV sits.
Yeah.
On this desk. It's like perfect. I still need to test that out. It'll turn on, and I assume that it works. I just haven't taken the time to actually test out any of the consoles with it.
I wish more of the solo modes would give you decks again.
Yeah.
'Cause didn't some of them give you like structure decks for them?
Yeah, and I honestly I wish that I mean if they're gonna give you a structure deck, it better be of a deck that's actually playable. Like the Rika deck is crazy. Don't give me a damn Ally of Justice deck.
Yeah.
Can I swap the Ally of
Yep,
Justice
Dave.
for Hero of Justice? Get Shiro Emi instead?
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of historical figures that are servants that are also in Yu-Gi-Oh! And in fact,
The entire Noble Knights archetype.
Right?
yeah, and all the DDD extra deck monsters like you have Gilgamesh and
Yeah.
Alexander the Great and
And-
everything in there.
Lancelot also doubles as a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure character.
I don't remember what I was about to go through. Oh yeah, I was gonna look. 'Cause I remember that you can just get structure decks.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be taking a back seat in this one because I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Except a couple of the memes. I know that Pot of Greed doesn't work that way, but
I know the Armageddon one, the Monarchs, Gladiator Beast, Digital Bug, and Shiranui, I think are all starter decks that you get for it.
Growing Digital Bug. That's just the Aboromon.
I like the aesthetic. I don't know anything about the deck. Like,
Which deck?
literally any Digital Bug. Literally anything I did know about it, I have forgotten. Because that was
not very good.
yeah, that was in amongst my initial blips of all of the solo mode things.
I don't think I got a chance to ask you this yet. Like, I remember I brought it up to you, but we didn't get to have, like, any kind of conversation about it. The next death battle we're doing is, or they are doing, yes, we're part of death battle, you know, totally. No, the next death battle that is happening is Guts from Berserk versus Dimitri from Fire Emblem. So,
Unhinged.
like, completely?
Yeah, I hate it.
So, why do you hate it, besides the fact that it's death battle?
That pretty much sums it up. I just don't find the, who would win in a fight discussions to be satisfying. But also it's like, I don't know, just like thematically, they don't seem like a good fit because with Guts, it's kind of a character of his greatest strength is like tenacity, like the ability to survive against impossible odds kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Dimitri is a video game character that you can stat out and you can literally put on a numbers table how strong he is or isn't. The only thing that he really super has going for him, I guess, is that he has a quote unquote legendary weapon. But I don't know. I think it's a really silly choice.
I'm thinking Guts is going to take this one all the way just based on what little I know about him. And I also want Guts to win this. Because, I mean, look at that sword. Look at that sword.
Man, they banned
It was too big to be
terraforming.
called a sword. All right, I'm in the room. Are you still connected to the room?
I'm still connected. I just gotta actually jump back into it.
Okay.
Sorry.
I am
didn't-
not playing a deck that can beat Branded, so if you roll up with Branded, you're probably gonna win.
I will not do that. that I feel like that would be more than a little mean.
I do have some very interesting fun decks in Master Duel,
Mm-hmm.
but most of them were built before Branded was ever even in the game.
Oh, yo, it didn't let me pick a deck. What?
What deck are you starting with?
I don't know. Oh, does it have it at the bottom? Okay, it has me with an NR deck. That's fine. All good. Let's see if I can remember how to play this. Reading the card explains the card.
Man, that's a pretty good hand. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no.
Let's see if I can sequence this and not mess it up either.
Time thieves?
Oh yeah.
I dig it.
We have chat. Hi there, Master Chief Snake.
What's up?
They say they have this game on PS5.
Me too.
And on Steam.
And on Steam Deck.
Yeah, Rio's doing pretty much all the playing this time because I know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh! As I said on stream, like, yesterday, I think? Yeah,
we can fix that if you like.
I don't know if I have the time or brain power to invest into it because of everything else I have going on that I'm trying to accomplish. So,
Time is definitely a concern as far
Yes.
as learning Yu-Gi-Oh! That is the truth.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember how to play this deck at all.
But yeah. Chief, in case you were wondering about yesterday, I mentioned there were storms. Yeah, the power blinked and we lost internet and the Wii U cut off. And then while it came back on, like 2 seconds later, the connection was already gone and the internet wasn't back up. So the stream ended slightly prematurely. But yeah, the weather knocked out our internet. So, c'est la vie. I wish I could do some kind of commentary for this, but I have no idea what I'm looking at.
I mean, to be fair, again, I don't really know what I'm looking at right here.
You're like, well, he's got a black bird on his field, and he just added another bird to his hand.
Time Thief Raid Raptors?
Yeah.
That sounds like a
Okay.
that sounds like a Predacon.
It does sound like a Predacon.
Oh,
I mean,
what Raid Raptor sounds like a
Yeah. Yeah, Raid Raptor.
It kind of looks like a Predacon too.
It does.
yeah.
I'm ready for you to hit me with that big old Omni negate. What's it
The
called?
Ultimate Falcon.
Mm-hmm.
It might happen. We might go through a few other cards first, though, before we quite get there.
I'll go ahead and tell you, I got no interaction, so you just go off, fam.
I'm sure you guys are familiar with that one clip from Rage Quit with Legacy the Duelist. You know, where Michael
Oh yeah, where he gets Exodia activated on him.
gets Exodia the first turn. And he's over there saying, yeah, you want to go second so that way you can see what your opponent's doing. Gets Exodia, instantly loses.
Oof.
Funny thing is, a lot of people don't even know that's from Rage Quit. They just isolated that one clip and just spread it around. And I'm like, it's a funny clip. I'll definitely give you that. Truth be told, I didn't even find out it was Rage Quit till much later. But
This card is Link Summon. Darkwing Beast.
Oh man, I don't know which one we want to go for. I think it's.
Whatever your first thought is, not that one.
I don't remember. Ugh.
what is the current Yu-Gi-Oh anime season? Or is there one?
I don't know.
It
I
is
haven't
called.
followed it in a long
It
time.
is called Go Rush, and it's only in Japan, and it will never be localized. I think I'm about to lose connection here.
Why will it not be localized?
No.
They just stopped localizing them after Vrains.
Oh.
They're just not doing it anymore.
I suppose that makes sense because I think the heyday of Yu-Gi-Oh anime is far past us. At least here in the States, you know.
It is because Vrains, the last series they localized, was the last series made by Studio Gallop, the animation studio that made it. And so now Yu-Gi-Oh! Sevens and Go Rush, the one after that, are just... They look ugly. They look like the same, like, generic, smoothed-over card game anime from Japan. It looks like a knockoff of Yu-Gi-Oh! Compared to how the Studio Gallop shows looked, because they had some great art and some fantastic animation back in that era, and they just kind of lost it.
So you said it looks like knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh! So Duel Masters.
Yeah, although apparently the card game that Duel Masters is based on has a pretty big following in Japan, interestingly enough.
There are some people at our local card shop that play it, actually.
Master Chief Snake says, taking a break from playing Fortnite on PS5. I haven't played Fortnite, but the one thing that interested me was when they added Darth Maul and Master Chief to the game. So, I've considered giving it a shot, but again, I don't have the time to pick up a new game that is like weekly content. You know, I have like the cycle in and out. I have enough trouble like trying to casually keep up a Fate Grand Order nowadays. I don't even do the events much anymore. Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 is better than the successor. Yeah, I've seen some clips from that, yeah. Like where he plays the, he's like, keep the lighter lit as long as you can while I douse you in vodka and set you on fire. You cheated. That means your soul is mine. CJ, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just comboing off here.
Okay,
he's got focus to not miss sequence.
I can hear you. It's just that on our screen, your icon keeps getting hit with the
connectivity thing.
Yeah, connectivity's like red X over and it's blinking. You're still here currently, but it just keeps flashing. So I'm concerned we might drop you here in a minute.
Well, nothing I can do about that.
Parallel exceed 2
is the game itself, because you're here on Discord with us. Like we can hear you. So
yeah.
You played much Halo Infinite recently?
No, I finished the single player at the beginning of this year, and I haven't touched it since.
Now, apparently they're adding a bunch of like Halo 1, 2, and 3 maps to the multiplayer. Like Valhalla's included now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But considering jumping back on and playing with my family whenever we can all actually take a night to sit down and play. But still kind of upset with Halo Infinite about how they dropped split screen even though they promised it. And technically you can access it through exploits, but it's not officially supported, so I'm still sour about that.
This is concerning.
New update patch with Fortnite and Jujutsu Kaisen anime collaboration. Right now. Chief Snake has played 1, 2, 3, and Reach. Yeah, all the Bungie games. But did you ever play ODST, Chief? Because, in my opinion, that's one of the best ones. In my personal opinion, Reach is my favorite. ODST is second favorite. But that's mostly just because I like the Nameless Soldier kind of thing. I prefer not playing as the main character if possible. I'm just that guy. The main character's too mainstream.
That redoer.
Cyber Dragon and
handsome man. Look at this handsome Doctor Who looking ass man.
Whose man is this? Whose man's am I?
Linking up.
Power Link. Oh, hello.
No.
Okay, that straight up is a Digimon.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we're gonna set that. Oh my god, I have like yet another card that I can extend with. But I don't really need to do that.
Now, Chief, I would say it's definitely worth playing through the campaign because it's pretty fun. It's a different take on things. You're not the super overpowered Spartan. You're just playing as an ODST.
Can do anything about this?
But there is no PvP. Like, there's no player versus player deathmatch. The only multiplayer you get is a firefight, which is basically you against the world. Although I personally prefer Reach's firefight because I like to be able to actually accomplish something and not just go until you die. I'm not big on survival mode. But that's just preference.
Have you ever done the VidMaster challenges for ODST to get the recon armor the old-fashioned way?
Some of them I don't think you can actually do anymore. I thought that I beat Coastal Highway on Legendary with whatever the restrictions were. I thought I did it, and I thought I reached the prerequisites, but after I beat it, I didn't get the achievement. So, nah, I never got recon back in the day.
Yeah, I did all those back in the day, and the hardest part of that was getting a good group to do it with. How do I want to do this?
There are some achievements for OG Halo Reach that were kind of dumb, because it's like, I did the exact achievement that you're telling me to do, but it's not counting it towards the achievement. It's like, assassinate character as soon as they come out of armor lock. It's like, yes, I did that. Why are you not giving me the achievement? But
Halo 3 has some ridiculous multiplayer achievements, too, that are just impossible to get.
Yeah. Some of them literally impossible now. Like, even before the servers went off, it was just based on how the balancing and netcode was worked. But
you had to get other people to like boost with you in order to pull it off, because like I think the lone wolves 2-for-1 with the Spartan laser one is like, it's literally a 1 in a million shot.
Yeah. Let me see. I didn't understand why everyone was like crazy over Recon, aside from it being rare and a Bungie only thing. Possible hot take: Recon is fugly. Like, that is a hideous looking helmet. I don't like that. It's not as bad as Halo 3's Scout helmet. Like, I'm not big on Halo 4's art direction when it comes to the Spartan armor most of the time, but the Scout helmet looks infinitely better in Halo 4 than it did in 3.
I like the Halo 3 Recon armor. I do not like the Reached one.
Of course, my heart always goes out to, if I can't play ODST armor, Mark V Mjolnir helmet is my favorite. The other parts, you know, I can mix and match. I'm trying to remember what pieces I had on my Spartan for Halo 3, and I actually have to rebuild it because I haven't played Master Chief Collection all that recently. Nothing because of...
We're we doing a Pandalham summon?
Yeah.
Yeah. On that note...
it could have been a lot better, but...
on that note, Chief, I'm actually going to try to play some Metal Gear Rising on stream here in the... I'm going to say coming months, because I don't actually have a consistent stream schedule at all yet, because I still work way too much, and what I was told would be a consistent schedule over the summer turned into not consistent, because everyone is taking off, like, 4 or 5 days a week, and, like, using their PTO and going out of town, which, no shade at them for doing that at all. I'm not upset, and it's just like, I made plans, and then the plans fell apart because the world around me said no. This is why I never make plans. But I do plan to play Metal Gear Rising at some point. Chief says that 4 or 5 and Infinite were a little disappointed. I just, out of principle, will not touch 5 because there's no split-screen multiplayer. I don't care how good the multiplayer online is. It's just, I'm not doing it. And I bought Infinite Campaign with the promise that there would be split-screen. Then they doubled back on that, even though it's in the game, but you can't access it without exploits. 4, I definitely didn't like the art direction, but I think 4's campaign was really good. Multiplayer was kind of hit or miss. It definitely had some janky moments, but I also have some of my favorite memories of 4's multiplayer, because we played it when it was decently new, and we got countless hours on there with, me, my dad, my brother, my sister, all just playing. It was a really good time. But yeah, I definitely agree that the franchise ain't what it used to be. Alright, so I'm open the floor to the 3 of you that are currently vocal, Chief, Snake, Rio, and CJ. Which has done a greater disservice to the franchise that owns them right now? Disney with Star Wars or 343 with Halo?
That just makes my attack 1 second.
Yeah, Rio's too caught up in the game.
As much as I really don't want to go there, I gotta say it's the Disney Star Wars thing, and it's not even close. I think that
Can't even do that.
at the very least, like the 343 Halo thing is pretty much what would happen if you had Disney making Star Wars while Lucas was still like involved, because you still have a lot of the original Halo people making those games, and you still have Frank O'Connor and everything.
I feel like that's a fair assessment, because I feel like that with Infinite, despite a lot of the really dumb decisions that have been made that come with the climate of the current gaming scape, like the whole, we're not going to let you unlock armors, it's now, microtransactions. I feel like at least they tried to listen to the fans in terms of like the art design and all that with Infinite, because it actually looks like a Halo game, and it plays like, one of the older ones, like 2 or 3. I missed the armor abilities from Reach, and I miss a lot of the cooler weapons from the previous games. Like, the Bulldog is a terrible shotgun and needs to be thrown in the trash and never pulled back out. Give me back the M90.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I missed Spartan Laser. I miss the OG Covenant weapons, but I like the Banished weapons more than the Storm Covenants, like Storm Rifle, because that thing was hot garbage. But I can agree with that stance. Now, I only ask that because, like, a year or so ago, I actually felt that just based on how at the time of how Disney was handling things versus how 343 was handling Infinite, I thought that 343 was doing a worse job. I don't remember exactly how long ago it was, but there's this like one Facebook group called Battleground of Bad Opinions, and I decided to post it there.
A group you will never catch me touching with a 10-foot ball.
Yeah, even I've gotten bored with it because the opinions there are such normie bad opinions. They're not even like, there's not even like fun discourse. It's just like a lot of
They're
the
not
stuff.
even bad in an interesting way.
Yeah, they're not bad in an interesting way. Xbox fanboys need to stop spreading rumors about Battle Royale and Halo Infinite. It's clickbait. Yeah, I don't think a Battle Royale mode in Infinite would necessarily be a bad thing, but it does not need to be the primary mode. Because, I mean, a Battle Royale is basically like, isn't that just like what Pro Slayer is? What do they call it? Where it's just like every man for himself?
I don't know.
Maybe Battle Royale means something else in the context of shooter games, because
Battle Royale, I think, generally has like at least 100 people, yada yada yada.
that would put a lot of strain on the servers, but that would be fun, though. Like, imagine you just drop in and you're just shooting at 100 different people.
Someone comes through with a scorpion.
Yeah, dude, big team heavies, I miss that. Or it'd be solo heavies, I guess. But that would be phenomenal, but again, that does not need to be the only mode that they have. Like, big team is actually, like, my favorite, like, Halo style. One game that my brother hated on Halo 4 that I actually thought was a lot of fun was Husky Raid.
This is getting out of hand. Now there's
No.
2 of them.
We should not have made this fucking. Yeah. Do you remember that one, CJ? Do you remember Husky Raid?
Was that a custom game in Halo 3?
No, it was a very prominent mode in Team Action Sack in Halo 4.
What?
Alright, there we go. That's
I
why I don't
guess
play Master Duel.
Logged out.
Yeah. What did I tell you? I literally had game on board, and I lost connection.
Yeah, no, I should have honestly just surrendered on that one, but I wanted to let you cook.
Well, since we can't reliably hold down a game because of the connection, is there something else y'all want to play, or like?
We could try for one more, because I have another deck I kind of want to show off.
Yeah. But if you don't remember, in Halo 4, Husky Raid was Fiesta Slayer, which, you know, that's everyone spawns in with random weapons. But the battlefield...
which was a super fun mode.
The battlefield is 2 flags at the end of a very narrow trench, and you're facing each other. So you're spawning, like, right in the line of fire of everyone else. The goal is grab the flag and run back. I was never good at the mode, but I used the mode to get, like, the commendations. You know, it's like, get this many kills with this weapon and such. Because it was a small and close space, if I didn't have the weapon I needed, I'd just blow myself up with a grenade and respawn with the weapon I need and just pop off some shots till I got the kills I needed.
Yeah, I will be honest, I never really played that much of Halo 4's multiplayer because it was definitely the while it had a lot of the elements that made 3 and Reach's multiplayers good, it was also clearly the start of them like kind of trend chasing. And a lot of people were like, "Whatever, it's just Call of Duty with a Halo skin." And I didn't feel quite that strongly about it, but some people I know did.
And then Halo 5 came out, and that's exactly what it was.
No, I disagree with that too, because Halo 5's multiplayer was good.
But
like,
you can.
I'm one of the rare Halo 5 defenders where I really enjoy that game a lot.
But you can aim down the sights. That's Call of Duty.
I mean, it doesn't look like that though, because like at least the hip fire is still useful for stuff like the assault rifle and all that.
I will admit, like, as much as I'll like joke on that, yeah. As much as I'll joke on that, the Needlers aim down the sight in Halo 5 looks beautiful. Like the whole holographic display thing.
Okay, yeah, that was cool.
I thought Halo 4's multiplayer was fun, but the splatter mechanics were broken beyond belief. Like for context, Rio, imagine like you and I are fighting each other. I'm coming at you with a Warthog.
Mm-hmm.
I hit you square on. You're on the opposite team. Barely does any damage. Might knock your shield down. CJ's on my team. He wants to get in. I break and turn slightly to let him get in. Come to a complete stop. He walks up, touches the side of the Warthog, and he kills over dead. That's how bad the splatter mechanics were in Halo 4. But I still think that Halo needs to bring back the playable elites. Like I can't think of a good reason for them not to have them. I know in Halo 4 they scrapped it because multiplayer is canon, it's all simulations in the infinite whatever, and I'm like, we don't care. Give us the elites. You are the reason why Red versus Blue died. That's a joke. That's completely a joke. But, no, RVB died because of other reasons, but... New season looks cool, though. You know, going back to basics, going back to the roots.
And they like officially announced it was the last season, too, which I think is...
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yep. Bernie's coming back to write and voice Church. The only thing that I think could make it better is if we confirmed that we're getting Joel back for Caboose, but that bridge wasn't burned, that bridge was nuked. So I'm not expecting Joel back in this at all. So
yeah, well with and I don't know like the entire history of all the drama with Rooster Teeth and all that, but the like Bernie leaving is kind of the canary in the coal mine to me as far as like the death of the company.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I don't know anything about the Joel controversy. All I know is that they kind of made fun of this for years, that he's a bit of a conspiracy theorist and is just a little off kilter, but like that was played out for laughs in the heyday of the company.
I'm not going to pretend to know everything about it either, so I'll encourage you to look it up on your own if you're interested. But you can't have Caboose without Joel. It doesn't work. Like they tried to get a replacement voice actor, like they used the guy who voiced Loco during the Shizno Paradox saga, but it doesn't sound nearly as good. Master Chief Snake says him and his cousin played Halo first on the original Xbox about 20 years ago. I think my first was when my brother's friend brought over his 360, and the first time I played was Halo 3, or it was the modded Xbox that we called Frankenbox because it had a massive hard drive in it, like custom done shell and all that. We called it Frankenbox, and he had like modded Halo 2. It was one of those two that I played first. It was either Halo 3 multiplayer or Halo 2 campaign, because I remember running The Great Journey and thinking that mission was really cool. It was one of those two. It was the first time I played Halo. Forza Motorsport has the Warthog. I think that's really cool. I love it when games will do crossovers like that.
Yeah, I vividly remember my first experience playing one of the Halo games. It was actually, funny enough to tie it back into this Master Duel gameplay we're seeing here. It was at the card shop that I first played Yu-Gi-Oh! At back in the day, so it was quickly after Halo 2's release in mid-2004. And the guys just randomly showed up with a bunch of Xboxes to the store and started playing it.
What's it called?
That was my first experience playing it, but when I finally got my own 360, I played them in chronological, or not, I played them in release order. So I played Halo 1 from beginning to end before touching the other two.
Yeah. The first Halo game that I personally owned, I think it was Reach, because I remember I got my own personal Xbox 360 when I moved off to college, because we did this deal where it's like, buy a laptop and get a free Xbox. And we did that, and bought Halo Reach for it. So we I got that, and then I didn't have internet at my apartment, but I played it solo a lot, so that's how I fell in love with Reach so much. I will say that, like, you know, Rio, you and I are still gonna do all most of the Halo campaigns that we can, the ones that have split screen.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I would like to start with Reach because it's the prequel, you gotta play the first 3 before you play Reach because
I think that's as much as I can do.
Because the feels are gonna hit you when we eventually get back there.
I was gonna show Caleb Transcode Talker because he's literally just a Gundam. Access Code not so much, but Transcode is absolutely a Gundam.
Access Code looks like...
Oh boy.
Again, it looks like a Digimon.
How do we want to do this? All these are going to look like Digimon.
That's transcode.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it does look like a mobile suit. The head looks like a Transformer, but the rest of it looks like a mobile suit. Oh, CJ, have you heard of, I think it's called Gundam Battle Operation? It's like a Gundam first-person shooter or team deathmatch kind of game.
What system is it on?
I think it's like multi-platform, like all current generation.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Free to play, as far as I know. Yeah, here we go. Gundam Battle Operation 2. Free to play, based on the Universal Century. Choose over 350 mobile suits and become an ace pilot through 6v6 battles. I've heard some people describe it as Overwatch with Gundams. Which doesn't sound terrible, quite honestly, because I think that a first-person shooter Gundam game would do great.
Yeah, I have heard of it.
Steam rating's not great, though. It's only got 5 out of 10 on Steam.
I think they did something weird with it recently. I don't remember what.
Let me check the chat. Chief Snake says, after Microsoft acquired Bethesda, ZeniMax, who had the Elder Scrolls series and such, Skyrim and Fallout, hope Bethesda will add Halo-themed DLC to Starfield someday. Well, possibly. I mean, we got, like, literally everything under the sun in Fortnite, so I guess anything's possible. Hello, Sir Isaac. Welcome to the chat. I'm doing something a little different this time. Yeah. It's, Rio's the one playing. I'm just, monitoring the chat and distracting everybody.
Yep. I'm floundering. Playing is a generous word.
Yeah. He's focused on getting his field set up, so that's why I'm doing most of the talking. I wish I could do commentary, but I do not understand Yu-Gi-Oh, so I'd honestly have an easier time commentating a football game. And I don't know anything about sports.
I am very, very concerned about the set card. If it's Rage or Roar, I'm big time screwed. Alright, well, we're just gonna, we're just... Ooh, that might be something I can do. Honestly, the clearing of the access code is a problem because it just has so much damn attack.
Mm-hmm.
And like I need like just a destruction by card effect type of effect to get this to work. That's there. Troubling indeed.
Oh, that's pretty much the entire strat for this deck, though. Is just make big access code.
So, Sir Isaac's
Yeah, but
asking.
you would make him going second though, right?
Yeah, if I hadn't like kind of bricked a little bit.
Couldn't you make like Zeroboros going first or something like that?
Zero Boros? I don't know that one.
Okay.
Sir Isaac's asking about Dissidia characters. You missed it, Rio, but on the stream yesterday, me and Isaac had like a big, long gush section about Dissidia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still need to play some more of that.
Oh yeah. How to unlock the Dissidia characters. Honestly, just buy them from the shop. Some of them you unlock the ability after completing certain story chapters, and some of them you unlock via playing certain, what's it called? Journal entries, I think? Rio, you know what I'm talking about. What's it called? Is it called journal entries?
I think it's journal entries. It's like how you unlock Gilgamesh and...
Yeah.
I think Prish?
Yes. It's like you unlock the journal entries, I think that's what they're called, and then you scroll through them, and then there'll be like a highlighted text there, and then you put the cursor on it, you select it, and then it'll let you play a mission, and some of them will let you unlock characters doing that, or will let you unlock the ability to buy them from the shop. I think that's how it works. That's also going off of like 12, 13 years ago. I'm trying to remember, so... hello, Trashman. Trashman says, playing it to max C, crazy.
Yeah. I mean, what else am I gonna do? Lose?
You lose that connection, I'll tell you that much.
It's like, oh, I don't want to play the back seat, then die. What do you want me to do? Argue with you?
Sir Isaac, yes, reports, not journal entries, reports. That's correct. Yes. I should remember that because in Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you got to find all the Ansem and Xemnas reports. So yes, it is reports. That is correct. Now the super secret, super final character you unlock, well, that you gotta wait till the end of the super big post game for that one. Wait, you got Gilgamesh on the field?
Gilgamesh morphing
I have
time.
Gilgamesh.
Abyss King Gilgamesh.
And he is.
I'm not going back to the rift. I really want to do a dub over of like Fate Stay Night Gilgamesh, but with Final Fantasy Gilgamesh's voice lines from Dissidia.
Yeah. You face the finest swordsman in all Ivalice. You face me, Gilgamesh.
he's about to armor up. Gilgamesh morphing time.
You gotta find. You gotta find
I'm actually just playing Clash of the Big Bridge right
a
now.
thing of him like holding Excalibur or something like that. Like, this is far from the strongest of swords.
No, what you do there, like that's when it's either when he squares off with Excalibur and beats Saber, or when he just Shiro's like, "Hey, Caliber," and Gilgamesh is like, "Whack!" Just breaks it.
No, you get him when he has or get a thing when he has Aya out and just like cut the middle part out. This is the strongest of swords.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why my Gilgamesh like bleeds over into Joker, but
think we're dead anyway. He's gonna have so many cards in his hand.
Well, again, it doesn't matter. I either kill him this turn or I lose.
I mean, not really. If you break the access code, like
I think I fucked that up.
Right.
Actually, no, I didn't. I can still kind of pendulum summon.
Yeah, but your signal's blinking really bad. Like the icon on screen is, it's like blinking nonstop. I think your signal's disconnected, but
I'll go fuck.
no, it's still
no, it's back. It's back.
So can you still pendulum summon?
Sir Isaac, the post game I'm talking about, it's not like just the regular, just follow up. It's the undocumented battle, scenario 000. You got a lot of post game ahead of you, my friend. So
I'm assuming Duodesum. Well,
yeah, Duodesum. It's Duodesum.
It's Gilgamesh. It's got to be Duodesum.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The post game in that is meaty.
Yeah, like it's bigger than the main campaign.
Yeah, honestly, it's considerably larger than the main campaign.
Like bigger than all of them put together. Like prequel game, prequel post game, main game, and
Prequel had a post game.
well, prequel had like everyone's routes, and then you had the one unified route.
Yeah, I still consider that prequel.
Yeah, makes sense. MMOs, he has a Dragon Quest sword. Oh yeah. Worm Hero.
The Dissidia modding.
Worm Hero Blade, right? Didn't he? That's Final Fantasy 12. I'm thinking about.
Yeah, it's called the Worm Hero Blade, but it's Erdrick's sword.
Right. So the story of the first game. Oh, hey Maestro, what's going on, buddy?
What's up?
Just stopping by to say hope I'm having fun. Gonna lurk. Hope you have a fun stream. Yeah. It's been a good chat so far, but we just gotta make sure that the connection with the game holds up. Our connection over Discord's fine. It's just the game's failing us. And Sir Isaac, I don't just mean the post game of like the main playable stuff. It's the scenario 000. You're going to be playing that for a while, but I recommend getting everyone to decently high levels first, because it gets pretty ridiculous later.
Well, I've royally messed up my my combo here, so I think I just lose.
Ultra combo.
I'm pretty sure I just lose.
Did the pendulum scales mess you up?
Yeah, that, and I just don't have anything that can, nothing can beat over that access code, and yeah, I genuinely just don't know what.
Yeah. And I'll be perfectly frank with you. I've got like the main starter for like, oh yeah. If you don't figure something out, I can almost certainly clock you next turn.
You could have 0 cards in hand. It would not matter one bit.
Alright, Rio, I want your input on this one. Isaac asks, is scenario 000 going to take him about a month to complete when he gets there?
Depends.
But depending on how much you can play,
think it's going to take you to get good.
Yeah, I suppose that's a fair question. Or well,
let me say get good. I mean, make a broken build.
Yeah, I was gonna rephrase that. How long will it take to get your characters stacked, and how many hours a day can you dedicate to gaming? I don't think a month is an unreasonable estimate, though, because during my high school days when I first unlocked it, it did take me at least probably about a month, maybe a month and a half, to get through it all. But that was also just me playing off and on with other games peppered in and juggling high school and part-time jobs. So, you know, that is what it is.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so you're in for a good bit of post game there. But it's fun. It's good. And the story, not gonna say anything about the story other than it gives you insight into why everyone is there. And I think it's really cool.
And of course, you can't respond to access code, so yeah.
Yeah.
Good level for characters to be at? Well, see, it's a progressive kind of post game. You can attempt it anytime you want. So you can go in with like
for the round 2 on it.
No, I think I'm good. I just want to talk to you guys for a little bit.
All right, that's cool. I can probably find something else for us to play.
Yeah.
First stream.
So you can go into the post game anytime you want, anytime you think you're ready with any level, and as you progress, it gets harder and harder. Like, I know some of the bosses are in like the over 100 level, like 120 or so. The final super boss is at like level 130, I want to say. But so I definitely think that you should be of decently high level when it's time to actually attempt post game. Right, is the chat over?
No, he said he just wanted to talk some more. I mean, I don't really have got Vampire Survivors. Finally start a Battle Network on the computer. But I feel like that would be pivot to Elden Ring.
Sure, why not?
So what y'all think, chat? Pivot to some Elden Ring while we chat.
Yeah. Let's have the chat. So. The only thing I would say is we need some gameplay footage of Battle Network 6, but I'm still working on the mental recap script for that. Yeah, I think level 80 would be a really good starting point. Most enemies shouldn't give you too much trouble, and you will level up as you go in that as well. So that I feel like that's a good start.
Working on the thing.
I thought it was just because.
So what are you guys working on right now, video wise?
I'm working on. I don't know if I told you this, but I actually ordered a copy of Photoshop and Adobe Premiere that does not require subscription. It's a little bit of an older one, but it will serve my purposes for now. So that should be coming in next week, and then after that, I can move everything over to my new computer and lay my old one to rest because it is trying. Like it on its last legs, and it's been on its last legs for years, but it's been good. But to actually answer the question, we're working on our 5K subscriber special. I'm not saying what that is because that's spoilers for our chat, but I'm also working on. We did a react to all of X-Play, G4, like all the X-Play Mega Man reviews. Like we did a reaction video to one of them, and we're like, let's do them all. Or I said let's do them all, and he begrudgingly came along.
Yeah.
And then we also decided let's do an art roast of all the concept art from the Battle Network Legacy Collection. I'm gonna do like a supercut of like the best of that because the actual roast sessions are like, what is it, like 3 45-minute videos a piece, something like that. So I'm gonna supercut like all the best reactions that we have to some of those.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a similar thing that one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh content creators did, and he called it Pathetic Aesthetic, where he went through a series of cards that have like infamously questionable art and roasted them, and it was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to jankify this all kind of up.
Nice.
I'm just gonna start up the Elden Ring.
Yeah. So we're jumping over to Elden Ring instead of doing Master Duel now. Just to kind of fill up the rest of our runtime.
Just to have something to do.
Yeah.
Could start up a new run.
Actually,
it's been a minute.
One thing we could do if you still have it on your computer, you still got EXP Wonderswan on here?
I don't know, honestly.
If you do, you probably don't have the save though.
Yeah. Probably not.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah, Rank 10 featuring the true comedy Jimbles, the actual comedic genius behind that channel. Michelle had an interesting idea as well for a stream where it might be her and some other people that do the Pokemon raids with the newer games, where and this might be something that Bree might like as well, where they roast like the bad shinies, the shinies that are either an ugly color or there's barely a difference between them and the standard version. She was watching some Pokemon content creators that would make a fake version of a shiny, and you had to tell what was real and fake from memory without being able to look at the real version. And some of the differences are just so petty. Yeah, what else are you guys working on?
that should have us. Yeah. Maybe now I can get rid of the headset mic? No. Oh well. We'll make it work.
Just in case we weren't being heard, chat, what was the last thing y'all heard us say? Because we were fiddling around trying to get Elden Ring up and going. No, I'm going to pull up the stream on my phone and give it a listen real quick.
Okay. I think it's set up. I don't remember what I was doing with any of these.
Oh yeah, 'cause I think there was like a good 2 minutes where we were muted.
No, I'm sorry. We got us going now. But yeah, I'm honestly thinking, because I had talked with Blade here about starting up the SMT franchise in a way,
Yes.
and I'm pretty sure that I've got a couple that would be, beginner friendly with them that we could start after Digimon. But if I can start doing stuff by myself, I can just launch into a Persona challenge run or something.
Well, I was diving headfirst into Nocturne, getting the True Demon ending, first try.
No guides.
Yeah. Well, sorry the audio cut out for a bit. Yeah, you said Vaughn's a level 13. It's going to take you a while to get leveled up. Got Kuja, Garland, Golbez, Cloud of Darkness. I can play all those pretty well. The only one that I never really put a lot of effort into was Kuja, but if you are skilled with Kuja, then he's very strong.
What do we want to play? Wretch is like level 1, all of your stats are 10. I can actually show attributes.
Let's play Man in the Iron Mask.
Another int build? Can do. Type A. I think my last 2 characters were both female. Keepsake.
Yeah, I think I do remember you mentioning that actually. Like you said that it's got like the PS2 like CD grain instead of being like the like new. Right.
Give me a name. Or you know what? Next person in chat to say something or give us a name.
Alright, Chad, you get to decide what our character's name is going to be.
Within reason.
Within reason.
Yeah, Prisoner's the class. It's a dexterity and intelligence thing.
I was gonna say we should name him that, because that's Man in the Iron Mask from Three Musketeers. Like that's his name.
Yeah, let's get the ding dong.
Isaac, no.
I mean, he's got the bell head.
Right.
You know what? Maybe not Dong, because that's probably going to get
flagged. Yeah. Ding-a-ling. First name Ding, middle name A, last name Ling. I didn't.
Is that acceptable, Sir Fortescue? Also, is CJ?
I think the batteries in your headset are dead.
Oh, because I'm not hearing anything now.
Yeah, he's been talking for a little bit. He said, what was it, Soul Hackers 2, you said? Yeah, have you played Soul Hackers 2, Rio?
I haven't yet. I have Soul Hackers 1 that I need to play through. No, my headset's saying that it's... Alright, well, we're playing Sir Ding-a-Ling. Or Ding-a-Ling.
Maybe
Figure out what's going on with my...
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of overlap here because you two are talking at the same time. It's like CJ's coming through the headset and Rio's like,
Sorry.
It's okay. He's saying Soul Hackers 2 is his one of his favorite SMT games, if not his favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard wildly varying accounts on that. Why can I not hear anything?
Alright. Okay, Soul Hackers 1's his favorite. He's playing through 2.
Okay. Now, I've heard nothing but good stuff about 1. I'm kind of tripped out on the fact that I can't hear anything.
Maybe you like disconnect from the call, then reconnect.
Let's give that a shot, I guess.
Sorry, having technical difficulties on Discord's front. All right.
I mean, I can hear everything else. I just can't hear him. Because I have the music coming from the game.
My mic's muted on Discord because we're in the same room.
That's weird.
Huh.
I don't know what would cause that. Also, the fact that I can't get rid of whatever this right here is. I think I actually just fixed that. Oh, there we go. Have to drop it down just a little bit. Yeah, it got us in the green.
All right, so
Yeah, I can't figure out why I can't hear CJ.
right. But yeah, he wants to introduce me to SMT, and I think the next co-op game we're doing, we're going to be finishing up our run of MS Saga: A New Dawn, which is like the only Gundam JRPG to exist. Then after that, besides more Mega Man stuff, we're going to be doing Digimon World Data Squad as a
Okay.
co-op Let's Play.
I did it.
He's back? Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, World Data Squad is one of the few that I have not actually beaten.
How close does it follow, like, the anime, though, is the question, because it was released, like, early in the anime series,
I'm
wasn't
pretty
it?
sure it doesn't follow the anime really at all, because it has, like, stuff to do with, like, the Demon Lords.
Yeah, like Beelzemon's in the game, I know that much.
If I recall what little I've seen before, like, there's X-antibody shenanigans going on as well.
Yeah, and it's like,
It has been a minute since
World
I've
4
started a fresh run.
World 4 was based on the idea behind X Evolution. Like, you know, the opening cutscene is literally just clips from the movie. World Data Squad, it's got the characters from Data Squad, like even the humans, if I'm not mistaken, but it's, like, not related at all. It's, like, a non-canon spin-off, I suppose.
Yeah, I just remember the little bit I have played of it. I really liked the whole, your Digimon kind of gives you hints as to what they want to do.
Yeah.
That was a cool mechanic. I'm not even going to try and fight this guy. I have only ever beat him in the initial encounter once.
Yeah. So the question I have then, since Agumon is one of the main characters
Goodbye.
in Data Squad, in World Data Squad, can you choose to get regular Greymon or do you have to get Geo Greymon?
I'm pretty sure it's branching evolution.
Good. So it's like World ES then.
I think so.
Yeah, because I remember.
You gotta take everything I say with a grain of salt on
Yeah, because it's been a while. I might actually do a solo run of Dusk on or off stream because I've been wanting to play that for years. I was so close to completing my database on World Dawn, but then my cartridge just decided it wasn't going to work anymore, and it never did since.
Yeah, it also dawns on me, you could just do this. For no other reason than to just play Elden Ring on stream.
Yeah, just
Give me a good excuse to play through it again.
yeah. Now, is this one like actually part of the Dark Souls canon, or is it its?
There's theories that I've seen that it's connected in a way, but officially right now it's its own thing.
Okay. It just plays exactly
now, the Erd tree and all of the minor Erd trees and stuff really look like the arch trees from the beginning of Dark Souls 1.
Right.
And the final boss arena even more so.
Yes.
But like, could all just be homage.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited at all about Armored Core 6?
Yes, I want it so bad. I might not be able to get it right when it drops though. But I'm gonna be all over that game.
I wasn't aware we're up to 6 at this point.
Well, with Armored Core?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, the 5th one came out like more than a decade ago at this point.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was.
I know
The series been on a huge drought for a while, and actually, I get kind of salty whenever I hear everybody, all the Souls fans are like, "Ew, Bloodborne 2, when's Bloodborne 2?" And I'm like, "Oh my god." It's been so much longer since we've had an Armored Core game, since we've had a Bloodborne game.
Hey, you will get Bloodborne 2 when we get Mega Man Legends 3. Deal with it.
I don't know about that. That's
Okay,
Bloodborne 2 is at least in the realm of possibility.
Alright, Half-Life 3 then.
That no. I think that's the correct pecking order of when these things should happen, but not when they realistically will.
Verdict day. Does that happen after Judgment Day? It's like you got Judgment, then you got the verdict.
Yep. It occurs to me that I've still not done a Moonveil Katana run. And this would be a...
That sounds like the most weebish thing ever.
The only thing more weebish is the freaking Rivers of Blood.
Why is...
And I literally named the character for that edge.
Copy of Serena?
Is that Santa Claus?
Kind of.
Can I make the rank 6? Nope. What is happening here, ladies and gentlemen?
What you got going
on?
Back to Quake 2.
Okay.
I will say, Prisoner starts with probably my favorite, like, starting spell.
What's that?
I can't remember what's called. Magic Glint Blade. You summon a little blade.
Okay.
And then it shoots when it gets a target.
It's Elia's, like, little hair dagger things.
Oh, look at the dog.
Dude, where?
Where's the dog?
That's a tortoise.
The dog.
Everything's a dog if you pet it hard enough.
There are so many ways I could take that statement, and I'm just going to leave it alone.
Good.
Yeah. But most enemies that dodge will dodge when you cast a spell, so they would dodge here, and then just get tracked by the...
Backstab. Took out most of his HP, too.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need footage for. There probably is. I also am like really overdue to record
Fist of the North Star?
more Fist of the North Star, and I'm ready to record the Dark of the Moon game as well. I already have some footage of that, but I need to get the rest of it.
In your retrospective series, how many videos away from Transformers Devastation are we?
3 or 4, because the next one is Dark of the Moon, and then it's Fall of Cybertron, and then it's Dark Spark, and then it's what do you call it? Devastation.
We still need to figure out how we're gonna do like.
Kind of feels good to play Elden Ring again. I'm not gonna lie.
That's good. We still need to figure out how exactly we're gonna collab on that one, because it's not like we can like do co-op campaign or PvP or anything. So.
Yeah, I still say we need to, when it comes time to it, we need to just stream the game simultaneously, like how we're doing now, just 2 separate streams, but we're both playing the same game.
Yeah.
And just go through it together and take notes and see how we feel about it.
Do you think that we should like do 2 separate videos that are distinctly different? Like one is the main host, the other gives commentary, and vice versa, or should we have like pretty much an identical video but both posted on our channels?
Oh, I don't know. Because I guess that begs the question of who gets credit for it.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about whose channel it's going to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Looped around the ankle.
Unless you want to do like a part 1, part 2 kind of thing, because like
No.
nah, like I was trying to like take influence from like some of the content creators I've watched in the past who have done collabs with others, and that was like along the same lines, because it's like you had the AVGN collab with Pat the NES Punk, and they had 2 distinctly different Nintendo World Championships videos that featured each other, but then they also did a collab video about the adventures of Bayou Billy and the Punisher. It was like find a good or a tolerable LJN game and find a bad game by this other Konami, I think. And it was like one went on one channel, the other one on the other channel. So it was like
right.
I'm just spitballing ideas. You know, we can come up with something.
That's how most people. That's how most people do those kind of collab things. It seems like it's kind of like a tit for tat kind of thing where it's like I'll do a video on your channel if you do a video on mine kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's actually really interesting in the Yu-Gi-Oh content creator sphere where it's like almost all of the popular content creators have kind of given up having anything interesting to say about the card game itself and have just gone to doing a series, and this series kind of perpetually keeps itself alive, and they'll just trade hosts with each other and like have different content creators from throughout the sphere just kind of appearing on each other's channels doing these different series.
Right.
But I just can't think of, like, is there something on your channel that you would want my input on that is a video that is going to be entirely your video, but something I just appear in? Like, is there something like that?
Right.
I mean, you play SMT, we can get your take when we get started up.
Yeah.
But Blade here.
Well, for this specifically, we're both reviewing a Transformers game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay.
Sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to 2 things at once.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We're both specifically talking
Well,
about. We're both going to talk about Transformers Devastation in the near-ish future. It's somewhere on the timeline. We just don't know exactly when.
Because honestly, I mean, I was expecting the Devastation video just to go on my channel,
right.
to be perfectly honest. But if there's something else that you're working on that you want me to help out with or appear in that would be solely on your channel, I guess you just have to let me know so we can plan that out.
Right.
But it's still quite a ways away from when I would make that video because I'm alternating between different series, and I'm honestly kind of looking forward to the Transformers video series being done. And then also with the Night Owl videos, there's literally just 2 others I want to make. It's just the Gungrave Overdose and Gungrave Gore. But I haven't even really gone into like the pre-production of Gungrave Overdose because I literally need to record 3 separate playthroughs of that game in order to have the to really fully comprehend what I'm writing about.
Right.
And then I could focus more on the Muso one. We were talking yesterday about the Muso videos a bit, how people clearly want more of them, but there is just been a huge delay in the production of them just due to life in general, and then lack of motivation and burnout. And when I finished the Revenge of the Fallen video, the motivation for the War for Cybertron video was like right there. So I grabbed it while it was fresh and was like just rolling with it.
Yep.
And that was still like a 2-month production when it really shouldn't have been. And so I should be like alternating these series, but I almost want one of these series to be done so I can like move on kind of thing.
I absolutely feel that because as much like
Get the weight off your shoulders.
yeah, I kind of felt the same thing with the Iceberg videos. It's like, as fun as they were, I only have so much energy that I can put towards them at once. I need to pepper in some others to kind of keep it fresh. And each one of them took longer than it should have, and now I am glad that we're actually done with them. Because again, that is awesome. It was great and fun. I don't know if I'm ready to do that again anytime soon, though, because we do get people asking, are you going to do a Star Force Iceberg, or are you going to cover another one? I'm like, I'm not going to spearhead making one, but if y'all present me one, I'll cover it later. But
Yeah.
Let me catch up chat real quick. Sir Isaac's still playing Dissidia. He got Bartz, he got Squall, and he got wasted by Zidane. Yeah, the thing about Zidane, you gotta watch out for free energy because most HP attacks have a delay. That one has almost no delay. Yeah. So if you're not ready for it, you are gonna get blasted.
Demolished.
Yeah, and if you're playing this early on, he's not gonna have Stellar Circle 5 yet, and he probably doesn't have that combo where he just whacks you with his knives and then just shoots you with lasers. He doesn't have that combo yet, or he shouldn't at least. Master Chief likes AVGN. Oh yeah, you know he still makes pretty decent content to this day. I love how he actually went back and reviewed like other Indiana Jones games after the new movie came out, and I really liked his Doom video that he released. It's actually been last year at this point, I think, but it was I thought it was pretty good. Long time viewer.
I haven't watched his Doom video.
Before I even start on thinking about the Devastation video, I can probably play it like, you know, in my free time, but I still have to do Call of the Future. Like, that was the big one. Like, I really wanted to take a look at Call of the Future because that's a game that I've been salivating over for years, and I have the opportunity to play it now, so I just need to fit it in the schedule somewhere.
Yeah, no, definitely take your time. Like I said, you've got, like, who knows, like a year or more before we'll get there. Like, you have so much time.
They come out of
the other thing too is like the fact that Devastation is a character action game. It's a Platinum Games character action game. It means that it demands a certain level of understanding of the mechanics to really be able to talk about it, because there's, I don't want to say like a level of like elitism, but there's a level of like expertise that kind of goes with, you know, Platinum Games character action games. It's no different than like, it's no different than Souls games or whatever. It's just on a different place on the spectrum, but it's the same spectrum of like, these games have like the entry level understanding and then the expert level understanding, and the expectation is that you know that expert level understanding, whereas me talking about War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron is like, I've played the hell out of some first-person shooters and some third-person shooters, and a lot of them I can easily pick up on their hardest or second to hardest difficulty my first time through.
Devastation, on the other hand, it's Metal Gear Rising, but with Transformers, so you need to know how to play those kind of games.
That's a way to sell it.
Yeah, so I can
like,
easily
Megatron
talk
literally
about
has some of Armstrong's moves.
Yeah, I can talk about the Armada game and War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron by playing them on their hardest difficulty level, from a position of experience. But if I play Devastation on its hardest difficulty, I will have my ass thoroughly handed to me. So it's just a different, it's just such a different beast. So I don't know that it's going to require multiple playthroughs from each of us. It's probably not, because we've both at least played it once, right?
I haven't yet, and I really want to. But
oh, you haven't actually played it yet?
Not yet. I've watched a couple of the cutscenes and some of the boss fights. Like someone, let's see, what was his name? Some YouTube content creator decided to take all the boss battles but throw the Metal Gear Rising soundtrack over it, and it works.
Yeah.
I think my favorite one, I mean, it has to be this way, from Metal Gear Rising is absolutely the best theme song for Optimus versus Megatron, but thematically speaking, Collective Consciousness for the dual Gestalt boss battle, where you're fighting Devastator and Ruination? No, not Ruination.
Menasor.
Ruination was the Transformers Armada combiner. Yeah. So What? Not Armada.
Hang on.
Robots in Disguise. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, what? There's
No.
a Gestalt combiner in Armada, and I didn't know about it.
No, my bad. I am a little rusty with a lot of my Transformers lore, and sometimes I get names backwards, because when some of them have similar art styles, they blend together for me, and based on, you know, how well my memory is of that time period of when I watched them. But, yeah, no, it was Robots in Disguise, not Armada. Sorry.
Yeah. I have an unfortunate confession to make, which is that I have watched very little of RID 2001, because when I tried to go back and watch it as like a teenager or as an adult. I just thought it was a little bit too cheesy and corny.
Yeah,
I just
Skybite.
couldn't get into it.
Skybite.
All the performances, honestly, are just like really kind of like, oh, I don't know about this. And like you compare it to like Armada's dub, which is like moderately better. Armada has a good dub, even if the animation doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Now, speaking credit to them as far as Armada goes, because somebody was talking about this recently, is they were saying that, you know, huge credit to the animators when it comes to Armada for keeping those characters like drawn consistently and on model when they are so over detailed, because a lot of the series surrounding Armada, like, you know, whether it was Beast Wars prior to it or if it was Energon and Cybertron afterwards, they used some degree of like 3D animation where you had a model that was somewhat consistent. Armada was all hand drawn, and so you had characters that looked like this. He's in his tank mode right now, but I have the Legacy Armada Megatron on my desk right now, which just came out, and it's like, you know, some poor fool had to draw this with consistent details every time he appeared on screen. What a shame.
Well, Sir Isaac's still getting beat by Zidane. Yeah, Zidane can be troublesome if you're not ready. Now, one that still gives me trouble is Tidus, because he has that one move where he'll side dodge. You think it's a regular dodge, but then he throws his sword at you like a boomerang, and then he combos it up into an HP attack.
You know who else gives you trouble?
You're a Satanic Onion Knight. Yeah, I was telling them about that on stream yesterday, too.
Oh, are you?
Yes, I was.
I just picture Tita's quoting his dad and being like, "You can't beat me, I'm the best."
Gonna cry?
Is that a Rathalos?
Yeah, no, it's just a withering dragon.
Oh.
I'm actually gonna go kill it. I think it's Mother?
Master Chief's Snake says that Platinum Games also made Nier Automata. I didn't know that. I knew they made Bayonetta.
I didn't know that one.
Correct.
I knew they made Bayonetta. I didn't know they made Nier. I know actually next to nothing about Nier other than it's a robot booty simulator.
That's another game that I really need to just put on the deck and just blast my way through.
So, Nier is part of the Yoko Taro verse of, you know, like the Drakengard games and all that. Their stories are such a rabbit hole. Like you will get lost on layers and layers and layers of convoluted storytelling.
If I recall correctly, isn't Nier like based off of the secret ending of Drakengard 1?
Correct. So if you Nier 1 is a continuation of ending E of Drakengard 1. The hardest ending to get.
Yeah, that ending broke me.
Like getting it, or
getting it. Drakengard 1 was not an easy game at several points.
Yeah, do not play Drakengard 1 if you value your sanity, but absolutely play Nier. Nier. Yeah, Nier 1, honestly, even without the recent remake, fantastic game. I would still recommend people go back and play the old jank PS3 version, the Gestalt version that we had in 2009 or whenever the hell it came out.
Right.
I still think it holds up. The combat is a little bit jank, but that game's story is incredible. And it is a little bit better if you know the context of Drakengard and like what is actually happening to the world. But it is not critical to know that to appreciate the experience.
Zidane's almost as annoying as Cloud of Darkness. Cloud of Darkness can be cheesed if you know what tells to look for. Honestly, the hardest attack she has is Fusillade and Zero Form Particle Beam if you're too close. But honestly, just well-timed dodges can avoid most of Cloud of Darkness' attacks. But of course, that's also coming from somebody who spent way too much time on this game.
There we go. We have Armada Megatron.
I'm just coming to pick up this so I can beat up the dragon.
No. On the subject,
isn't that the fantasy game experience in a nutshell? Is dealing with giant rats?
Is that a giant rat?
ROUSs.
Yep.
So, on the subject of Transformers Armada, I know I watched Transformers the movie first, but there's a lot of stuff that I didn't remember about it as a kid when I was watching other Transformers series, and
Oh god.
I'm
just gonna die here.
I remember watching Transformers Armada, and then Cyclonus is the name of the goofy helicopter guy. And
Right.
then I go back and rewatch the movie, and I hear Unicron go, Cyclonus the Warrior, and I'm like, what? That's G1
Yeah.
Cyclonus? That look over here at Armada. Look how they massacred my boy. I was like, what did they do to you, man?
Yeah, he's definitely not the same character at all. But that's one of the things I like about Transformers is how they can kind of transpose characters into different roles and
Will
keep
you
the
look
same
up the
name.
stats and where to get the Moonveil Katana? I don't
That's like we were
recall.
talking about Rise of the Beast and we were talking about Scourge. It's like Scourge in Rise of the Beast is not at all the same character as he is in
Any of them,
the
really.
other incarnations. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then I was talking about Cybertron Scourge, where he's the sort of ambassador to the Decepticons for the Beast Planet, which that's an awesome series as well. Like it drags a little bit. I think they could definitely do with like a recut that cuts out some of the filler in that series, but just the idea of it is just awesome because you have all these other Cybertronian worlds who are all contributing fighters to the cause because their cyber planet keys are at risk of being taken by either side.
Yes. No, we talked about Rodimus Primal before. He actually recently posted a video about Scourge, like he did a retrospective on him. I'm gonna guess because he was in Rise of the Beast, so he's like semi-fresh on everyone's mind because he has new incarnation that had some bit of depth to him.
Yeah.
And one of the comments that I saw said, Scourge, the name they will slap on literally anything Cybertronian in between series. And I'm like, you know what, with how little consistency there is in between builds, or in between versions, that's actually not an unfair assessment. Because, like, G1 Scourge, of course, was leader of the sweeps. And
Of course I missed.
Sorry, Rio. Robots in Disguise, Scourge was literally just Blazer Optimus Prime, but redecoed to be Nemesis Prime. And, like you said, he's got a beast form in Cybertron. And then,
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if he turns into a. I think
some
he turns into a
dragon thing.
dinosaur.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, I think he's basically Beast Wars Megatron, but in Cybertron.
Should be able to just,
but,
Also,
Yeah, I
before
don't
I
know. I'm
forget
not
again,
so cynical about that. I like the fact
Isaac,
that they could
if you
just they could just recycle a character and give them like a new appearance but the same name, and just have like a different interpretation of the character. I kind of like that. I mean, nothing's as bad as each of the 3 Unicron trilogy series. They just recolored Megatron and called him Galvatron.
But yeah, real quick.
Which seems lazy only in the context of knowing how different Galvatron looked in G1.
Isaac, if you want to have a real easy time with the game, pro tip, just learn X-Death.
I still can't play X-Death, but yeah, X-Death is extremely broken once you get him leveled up and know how to use him properly.
Time to go.
Yeah, so even stemming off of that little tangent about Galvatron, even back in Beast Wars, his final form, Megatron's dragon form, it was still Megatron, but it was radically different because it's like you go from purple T-Rex to metallic purple T-Rex to a red dragon. And I'm like, if any of them deserve to be named Galvatron, that's it. But
Right.
But no. I forgot what else I was going to say. Yeah, so that is one thing where it's kind of a thing of nobody wins with Transformers when it comes to discourse around new incarnations of characters, because you got some people who are like, these characters should always be like identifiable and have the exact same personality every time you see them, but in a different context because we want the same characters we love. And then you also got people who are like, give us something new, don't just keep recycling the same thing, because it's like, I think Armada Starscream is like one of the best examples we can give, personality-wise, completely different from basically every other incarnation of Starscream, and yet that is actually objectively probably one of the best versions of Starscream, but it's because he's different. But it's not even Starscream.
100%.
It's not even Starscream, and his upgraded form is actually not even Thundercracker. It's just blue Starscream. But it's basically Dinobot wearing Starscream's skin. But Dinobot was such a great character that he resonated with people who watched Beast Wars, like Starscream did. But it's like, but that's not Starscream we know.
It's exactly this reason why when I made the first video in the series, the one about the Armada game, that I just decided to head all this off at the pass by saying this franchise has hyper fans that love to nitpick. Yeah. And so I basically just said, right off the bat, I'm not interested in like nitpicking things or putting other things on a pedestal unjustly. Like the whole franchise from start to finish is kind of mediocre, and I love that about it. Like I'm not trying to claim that it's high art, but I'm also not trying to tear it down and say that like the writers and everybody are a bunch of hacks either.
Now the live action films, on the other hand, well, that's something else. Because
we pretty much unanimously agree that Michael Bay is a hack. But
we're talking about like people can have different incarnations and interpretations of the same characters, and some are good, some are bad. But I don't think anybody likes bloodthirsty Optimus Prime, no matter how you try to spin that.
Well, not even Peter Cullen does.
Exactly, and like.
And if there's anybody you should listen to about how that character is portrayed, it's him.
I mean, and again, I'm not opposed to Optimus Prime actually pulling the trigger, but I'm okay if you have him say kill once, not 3 or 4 times in the span of 20 minutes. Like the whole thing when he pulls up in Dark of the Moon is like, we're gonna kill them all, like talking about the Decepticons. I'm like, I feel like that was earned considering all the lead up that had been building to that. It's like, we told you this was going to happen. We tried to leave the planet, like you said. Our ship got shot down. You didn't listen. We're here to save your butts because we knew this was going to happen. Like I feel like he earned that. But but when in Age of Extinction, when he just busts out and has just got the PTSD because last time he was awake, people were trying to murder him, I'll grant him that one. But then in The Last Night, just hearing it over and over again, I was just like, ugh. Even in Rise of the Beast, I'm like, nah, just say destroy, please. Like,
yeah, I'll happily not. I will happily plead ignorant to anything that happens in The Last Night and keep it that way.
Yeah, you don't need it. Like, don't worry about it.
This is the worst part starting up this game.
What have you been doing, Rio? Like, you're hacking and slashing at like.
This is a
giant dead dragon.
It is a giant, like decrepit dragon, and
it is
like giant enemy crab.
I'm hitting it with a katana that has bleed, because bleed does percentage HP damage, and now I've killed it, and I just got 64,000, way more than that actually. 92,000 souls.
Right.
Or runes. It's runes in this one.
Alright, so Isaac says, playing a mission with Kuja against Bart's Squall Zidane, so next death ain't gonna help. Oh, I think you're playing one of the reports, because that's when Kuja gets... No, that's not when Kuja gets axed in the story, I don't think. That's...
Can you pull that thing back up?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember how much I needed for strength to wield it. So I'm going to get the minimum stats for it.
Yeah. Like I'm dual wielding phones over here. I'm watching Rio's phone for the chat, and I'm pulling up stats over here on my phone.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to... I guess I should ask if you had any other comments or feedback about the War for Cybertron video, because that's finally done.
If I had to offer like 1 or 2 pieces of possible advice or just some input, I would say maybe throw some background music over it, like just very faintly in the background, because there were a couple of moments when like when he took down Trypticon, like you see him falling and then there's just silence because there's no narration, there's no background music, there's no sound effects or anything. And
right, I had thought of that because I was like, man, there's no background music anywhere in this video, and I was like, do I want to add it or do I not? But the problem is, like, I would be adding the, well, not necessarily copyright, because I'd be adding the official score of the game. But the problem is there's just not enough music in that game, and I probably should have gone to more lengths to showcase that. I've kind of just said it out loud and expect people to take my word for it. But a problem with that game is that, yeah, but a problem with that game is that it reuses the same music in most of the stages, so there's really not a huge variety of music. To give you an example, the music that's used when you're fighting Triptychon is the exact same music that is used when you're doing the not Halo 3 Warthog run in the Prison Break level, which is also the same music that you're using when you're defending Iacon from the Seekers on the turrets. So it's just like they just reuse the same music all the time, and I found that tedious from an editing perspective, and I just didn't want to do it.
Now, what I would have done in this case, if I didn't like how eerie the silence was, is I would have found a similar game, maybe like another Transformers game where the music is not as copyrighted, and I would have like yoinked that and slapped it over there. Because like I did that for the Dragon Ball Evolution video we did a while back. I like grabbed music from the game and slapped it up there when we were doing like the intro and outro. But again, I think
I don't think that will be a problem with the Fall of Cybertron video, because I have the full soundtrack for that game already on my computer, so I kind of know where I'm going to put what.
So, have you gotten a copyright notice yet for including Tilwaller 1 at the end?
Nope.
Okay, how'd you get away with it, but I didn't? Because I had it. Yeah, my Transformers movie review, I played it during my little... Granted, I played it a lot longer, because I had it like during my whole breakdown of when I was like wrapping up the review. I had like almost the entire songs, even though it was like really, really turned down low. But, yeah. That
might be the specific part of the song I used as well. Like maybe it just doesn't trigger the... But even so, even if it gets... I don't care if it gets content ID'd. I care if that content ID results in a block or the video getting muted. That's all I care about.
Yeah, no, mine never got a block. It just can't be monetized because it has copyrighted music, which I'm okay with that. You know, when I posted that video, we weren't monetized, and that was a passion project. I love that movie. I'm okay if that one's not monetized. I talk about the movie because I love that movie. So,
yeah. But I mean, maybe I'll double check, and maybe it does have a content ID at this point, but it's not.
As long as it's not
a deal breaker.
I'll say, do you think it might be a possibility that Triptychon being the final boss instead of fighting Megatron could be a reference to Mystery of Convoy because Triptychon was the final boss in that? Or do you think it's just coincidence?
I think that is coincidence because this is, like I said, kind of a setup to... It's kind of a prequel to G1.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like they... they don't want to have the conflict between Prime and Megatron resolved this early. If anything, they don't even want Megatron to be like fearful that Prime is even able to defeat him.
Right.
Oh yikes, that was bad.
Yeah, that's why I
like
kind
you
of
get that you.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say that's what I kind of liked about Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts. Megatron hasn't even shown up yet, and I'm like, they're not tipping their hand too early. So when we get Megatron in the current Transformers canon, it is going to be phenomenal because it's like, how many times did they kill Megatron in the Bayverse movies?
At least 3 times, right?
3? What was the third? Because I know they killed him at the end of the first one, brought him back in Revenge of the Fallen, he's all beat up, killed him at the end of Dark of the Moon, came back as Galvatron, and then got reformatted into Megatron, but I don't remember if they actually killed him in The Last Night or not. Honestly, that movie
I wouldn't know about that.
Very forgettable in a lot of parts, so I don't remember if they actually killed him again, but...
Yeah.
You know, when you're on your third life in Transformers, you know you're doing something wrong. Like, you get 2 in Transformers. I think that's all you get.
If I don't know. Your third one, maybe change up your strategy just a little bit.
Right.
The funny anecdote from the YouTuber H Bomber guy. I don't know if you watch any of his stuff or not,
I
but he had a very sentimental video about the '86 movie, where he was talking about how shocked he was that the characters were dying so violently, because his understanding of the show prior to that was that characters could get blown up as much as they want and always be just put back together, and that was kind of the fun of the G1 show, was the low stakes nature of the fact that the enemies can, or each character can just kind of be blown to parts and just put back together because they're a robot, and that nobody really died in this show. And so then when you see
they're not getting back up after getting shot through the chest and smoke coming out of the mouth, and he turns gray, you're like,
holy shit balls.
Yep.
And
wait a second.
Hold up here.
This wasn't the deal.
I have altered the deal.
Yeah, so he had like I said, a very sentimental anecdote about what that was like. I think actually it's funny, he mentions the episode preceding the movie is one featuring Bruticus, and Bruticus gets blown up by a rocket or something, and then the individual Combaticons are just fine.
Yeah.
Like, they just like get put back together.
Yeah, and like it happened at least once in the show. Optimus got his chest blown out when they were doing that operation. Like Laserbeak like stormed the base and shot him up from the inside. Then
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
one of the Insecticons, I want to say it was Bombshell, literally got blown to pieces, and then they just put him back together and he's fine. So when you have Transformers actually dying from similar stuff or lesser stuff, you're like, how?
Yeah.
Oh no! Rio done made the Ents mad. Here comes Treebeard. They found out you're secretly working for Saruman. They're coming after you now.
No. I don't remember where to get a whole bunch of smithing stones. Actually, I feel kind of dumb.
So, sorry about that.
It's amazing how this is off topic, but it's amazing how this Quake 2 remaster took an enemy that was so inoffensive and like non-threatening in the original version and just made them an absolute motherfucker on the remaster. Like, they are so overpowered now.
Oh, what about Warmech? Final Fantasy 1?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, he was always difficult in like the original Final Fantasy, and then he comes back and he's even worse.
I always forget that that's a thing, and then somebody reminds me, and it triggers my fight or flight responses.
CJ, what was that? What was that content creator just asked if we watched?
H Bomber guy.
Okay. Isaac asked us if we've seen that Trap Guy's Transformers game reviews. No, I have not. I'm gonna have to look that up after we're done here. Yeah. Transformers games that I got on the back burner. I've got footage for 2 of them. It's the Beast Wars games for PS1. So Rio and I actually played one off stream. We just weren't streaming. We were just recording. The PS1 version is somehow, if it's not worse than the N64 version, it's jankier. I think that's a better way to describe it, because it's like, what even is going on with this? Like, I thought that, like, the intro makes you think this game's going to be awesome. The graphics look a little bit better. The camera angle is, like, slightly isometric. It's, like, at a slight downward angle, but it's got a semi-3D feel to it. But it's just like, what even is going on here? I have no clue what I'm looking at. These controls do not consistently do the same thing.
It was bad.
I'm like, is it worse than the N64 version? After one play, I'm actually probably going to say yes. Because at least the N64 version was consistent with its button input.
Yeah.
I still need to play...
As well, unfortunately, it is starting to overheat in the room I'm in with the computer and the PS4 and the lights on me and everything, so I think I'm going to call it quits for now and let everything shut off and let the room cool off.
Yeah, I feel that. We don't have central air over here at the moment either. Our AC is blown. We have a window unit, but if we turn it on, it's going to overpower the audio, so I can totally respect that.
Yeah. But I'm glad we finally got to do this. It's been a minute.
Yes.
I don't think we've had a chance to do this since the... well, at least not with the 2 of us, Caleb, since Rise of the Beast video. Yeah. And then the 3 of us, it's been even longer than that.
I don't even think we have done a 3 of us.
We've done 3 before.
Okay.
Yeah,
we've done at least once, yeah.
Yeah, I actually feel kind of bad because the reason I want to get you two together is because I feel like you two would be great friends if you had like time to talk to each other. But it's like I kind of hijacked the conversation again after Yu-Gi-Oh failed because the game is incompetent. So
that happens.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, y'all have each other on Discord, so you can talk about like Yu-Gi-Oh and Zoids and stuff, whenever you please.
Yeah, well, use this channel for whatever you guys want to use it for, and I'll be happy to engage with that. Also, I will message you again about this later off stream, but do you know if you are busy or working on September the 9th?
September 9th. What day of the week is that?
That is a Saturday.
It's a Saturday. I will likely be at work. I don't think I have anything scheduled directly, but we don't have the we don't have our schedule for work that far in advance yet.
Yep. Okay. Well, yeah, just find it out for me. I'll remind you again later, and just let me know.
Right. We'll do.
All right. I will talk to you guys later.
All right. Peace out, bro.
Rick's about to say I'm probably going to be about done here in a minute too.
Yeah, I was gonna say
have to go get some food.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we got accomplished pretty much everything we needed. Yeah, this stream was mostly just to get him in here with us so we could chat and hang out. So
yeah.
So this got you want to play more Elden Ring?
Yeah. I had like loaded it up once or twice here kind of recently, but hadn't had proper motivation. But now I'm just like I could stream this.
Yeah, totally.
Granted, if y'all are all right with it, chat.
You have internet capabilities, or you will once you get moved into your new place, right?
We won't even. The thing we have, it's not a hotspot, but it's a hotspot.
It's a mobile hotspot thing.
Kinda. It works like a proper router, but it connects through cell towers to do it.
Yeah.
So as long as we have a working power outlet, we have internet no matter where we're at.
Right, and since this one is like decently close to where you're living now, the signal shouldn't even be a problem, right?
Yeah. I mean, as long as we're in Alabama, the signal should be fine with it. So.
Right.
Yeah. So this should become much more frequent.
So that said, what we actually need to do, if we're not, like, next time we hang out, either your place or my place, we got to get started on that panel.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Yeah. On the subject of internet, I don't know if it was you or my brother said we should do it through Google Slides. The internet is not reliable in that convention center.
You can download the slides.
You can? Okay.
Yep.
So I was actually going to get a PowerPoint program on my new computer because I'm not taking the other computer to
the monster.
Yeah, I'm not taking it to a con. It's not ready to do that anymore. So it is effectively a desktop now that can be moved.
I just died. No, I think that'll be a good stopping point.
Those things are creepy.
They're awful.
But so yeah, we need to get started working on that PowerPoint. I actually think I have most of the ideas of like how I want to structure things, kind of. Maybe throw in a joke here or there in between slides. That's kind of why I want to do like maybe not use Microsoft PowerPoint, but something similar to where it's like you click it, then you get a funny pop-up.
Yeah.
I got a couple jokes that I want to pepper in here and there, but I can't think of them immediately because we also need to come up with like banter for us to say because we're presenting this to a crowd.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just a YouTube video where you can sit down and record everything. There's going to be some live interaction. So, right. Yeah. So far he's done Famicom, Transformers, and Armada on PS2. Yeah, those are two of the pretty well-known ones. Like I said, I'm going to do Call of the Future, which is the Japanese exclusive PS2 game that was in perfect English, or well, full English, let me phrase it that way. And I feel like we could have gotten it here in the States, but never did. So,
yeah. And just a random thought while I'm, contemplating the new possibilities in the new house. Y'all tag me or something in the Discord if y'all have games that y'all would like me to play, because I'll have a lot more time to actually sit and do stuff solo.
And if you want to do like solo video editing, then I can hook you up with the.
So if there's anything
Premiere.
y'all want to see and I can get my hands on it, I can give it a shot and try it out.
This computer doesn't have a disk drive, does it?
It does not, but I have ways I can get it to run.
I was gonna say it's an install disk though, so.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking game stuff. All right. Well, that being said,
I think we're about ready to call it quits for the night. My next stream, I'll be back with more Battle Network 1 post-game. Hopefully, it does not take me literally an hour, again, running around in circles trying to find a single battle chip twice. But this is why everyone rates Battle Network 1 so low. But after Battle Network 1 post-game is done, Battle Chip Challenge No Damage Run is coming. So y'all pray to the RNG gods that my luck is high. I'm not going to do the Game Champ 3000 thing to where if I get hit, I just end the entire run and restart like they did with their Pokemon run. I'm not doing that.
See you, Master Chief.
I will say I'm not going to save scum except for, not going to save scum during battle. But yeah, that's basically all we got. So, thank y'all for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next stream. Peace out.
Peace.